Hi guys, welcome back to Football Manager 2018 here with Rangers. We're about to take on Celtic, the old firm Scottish Cup semi-final here. In the previous semi-final, it took extra time to separate Aberdeen and Dundee United, but it was in the end an Aberdeen goal from Mike Figenspin, the German winger there, that got them the win. So it'll be Aberdeen in the final, hopefully, that we will meet. But you never know, it's a tough game always when we play Celtic. Neutral ground, hopefully we'll be able to beat them. We've struggled against them at Parkhead this season, but hopefully, as I say, on neutral ground we'll be able to do the business. 10 wins, 3 draws and 16 losses our record against them. Slowly but surely starting to turn that tide though. Rodrigo Fassi, unfortunately, coming out today, unable to play. Jonas is going to slot in there. Trent Alexander-Arnold will come in at right wing back. Walter Molina will come in on the bench for Lewis Davidson, and then ultimately in ahead of Dapo Mabudi in the squad. Who else? Bilal Coaster on the bench for Alex Donald. Not really anybody else I don't think that's going to come in, so let's just check on that team. That's Fulton, Riedel, Denswell, Brian Lassley, who's already as good as Stefano Denswell, 3 stars each. Let's look at him. Ludicrous talent at 16, that's mad. He's going to become one of the best centre-backs in the game, I think, if he develops properly. Anyway, so that's Fulton, Riedel, Denswell, Lassley, Alexander-Arnold, Edelman, who is tired at 81%, but we'll risk him. Jonas and Paez, and up top, Chiacheri, Morelos and Molina, the main 3. We need to make sure we we'll take Murray Wallace off the bench, go with Bilal Coaster, and we're also going to put Mitchell on the bench just in case anything were to happen to Edelman there. So that'll be the lineup, and without further ado, let's get right into this one. All firm time. Looking to carry on the good times after we destroyed Chelsea. Deserve to be in the final, expect you to make it happen. Trent Alexander-Arnold, happy with that. Finnbogason, and oh bloody hell, they're passing it about quite quickly here, aren't they? Can't even follow it. Quickly entered a lull after that quick start there. 15 minutes gone here, nothing happening. Celtic controlling possession, but we've had more shots by 2-1 margin. Here's Linus for Celtic now, coming down that left hand side. Good challenge, but it breaks for Rogic. Keep the pressure on now. Strootman, nice ball to Rogic. Finnbogason or Finnbogason, however you would pronounce that. It goes forward now. Morelos over the top for Molina. Can he square this for Chiacheri arriving at the back stick? He can, and it's 1-0. Rangers take the lead in the Scottish Cup semi-final. Praise, lovely play. Molina and Chiacheri there. Celtic defence couldn't keep up with them, and it was an easy 1-0. Paez now to ping it in. Can we get to Denswell? Chiacheri, oh, and he should have scored. Should be 2-0. And will we pay the price for not putting it to bed? Redmond flicking it onto Rogic. Out wide it goes. Redmond. Rogic, Strootman back out wide, good ball. It goes all the way through to Linus. Alexander-Arnold nicks it though. Chiacheri, go on, run forward son, put the afterburners on. What a pass to Molina, can he tuck it away? Good save by the keeper. Maybe should have rolled it to Morelos there. Nonetheless, another good counter. Paez's ball in, it's headed in by Brian Lassley. The young 16-year-old, his first ever Rangers goal in an Old Firm game semi-final at Hampden. And when we said this boy was going to be big, oofed. That is some way to endear yourself to the support. 2-0. Celtic go long and deep. Lassley dominating in the air. Forward for Molina. What a pass. Challenge is played in. Morelos. Bit wide. And a good save from the goalkeeper. But Celtic at 6s and 7s here. All over the shop. And it looks like we'll have a nice healthy lead at the break. Paez, Jonas, could we make it more? It's Chiacheri, it's another good save by the keeper. He's keeping them in this, it could be 4 or 5. Paez's corner, Lassley can't win this one. Molina crosses, cleared away by Rogic. It looks like they'll hang in there till half time. But we've been absolutely all over them, and it could be more than the 2. It's got to be a passionate very pleased, hasn't it? I'm even going to take Edelman off for Mitchell. He's not played great actually, and I don't think we're at too much risk of blowing this game. You never know, but I think we'll do okay with Mitchell out in the left there. Great game so far from our point of view. Not many great performances in particular. Lastly, actually on for the Man of Match award with a 7.6. As we go 20 minutes into the second half, absolutely nothing happened. No shots for either side. Praise the performance again. It's been an absolutely solid showing so far. And Kulu to Armstrong now. The substitute plays it to Redmond. Armstrong again in space. Out wide to Nkulu. Crosses decent. Bonnie hits the post. Redmond back in. Armstrong cleared away by Riedel. Good play. Good last ditch defending there. And a long ball over the top will be picked up by the Celtic defence. But 2-0 it remains. Could we make it 3 here? Paez whips her in deep. Jonas is never winning a header. Haas can bring it away for Celtic as the break on. Oh, what a challenge by Riedel to stop it. Alexander-Arnold. The break is on the other way though. Chiacheri chooses the unselfish option. Morelos 3-0. Game over. Dapo Mabidi on for Morelos. Walter Molina off for Darren Graham. Easy as that. 3-0. The fact that we won't be winning a treble this season is absolutely disgusting. That stupid Falkirk game in the Cup, man. In that League Cup. It was naive to think that the youth could go to Falkirk and beat them. They weren't ready at that point. Chiacheri now. Do we have a fourth here? Chiacheri down. Penalty. We should have a fourth. It'll be Trent Alexander-Arnold, the penalty taker, to do it. Look for 4-0. An Old Firm semi-final drubbing to celebrate after our Chelsea win. It's Alexander-Arnold for 4. Easy as that. Third goal of the season for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the referee should put Celtic out their misery now. Redmond, Strootman out wide to Linus. They're desperately bursting forward for a consolation. Trezeguet, and that's it, full time. Easy as you like. Man of the Match award does go to 16-year-old Brian Lassley. What a prospect he is. Sensational. Easily the best player we've had in the intake so far. Where are we? Lastly, Blake's youngest ever goal scorer record at 16 years of age and 145 days. Breaks a record set by Lee Reynolds at 16 and 183. He's another 16-year-old regen. Let's have a wee look at him doing it Cali Thistle in the Championship. Our previous youngest goal scorer was Derek Johnson, which is obviously a real record. 16 years and 319 days back in 1923. That's a sarcastic comment, by the way, just anybody who accused me of not knowing any Scottish football history. Campaign steps up for Kenny Walder to win the Young Player of the Year award. He's on loan from Celtic at Dundee United. He's a good player, but 21. He's no young enough for me. Molina there, 21 as well. Marcel Edelman was 19/20, and Ian Fulton, 21 now as well. So that, to me, should be going to Marcel Edelman there due to being a proper youngster, you know, a teenager still. He's come in at left wing back, put in solid performance after solid performance. I think Marcel Edelman deserves it. I think next season Brian Lassley's going to deserve it if he continues putting in the sort of performances he's been doing since we introduced him to the team. And he's firmly displaced Murray Wallace now. He is the third man in the back line with Riedel and Denswell. I think he could be just as good as Manuel Riedel actually if he continues to develop. He's done well so far in the couple of months that he's been here. If he continues to kick on, I mean, if he continues to kick on, the boy can play for Real Madrid. He's ridiculously good. And that'll be one of the things that I hope we can see moving forward in the game is his development. As things stand, the Premiership is in your hands. Do you think you can go forward and win the trophy? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can win the trophy. What, there's like 5 games left and we have a double figure advantage? Pretty sure we're going to win it. That's the game though there that's interesting, the Monaco game. Fassy is not entirely fit, that's fine. We'll be rotating anyway. Robbie McCrory can come in. How good is he actually? Is he decent? He's not really even that decent. Bill Coaster in for Riedel. Alex Donald in. Riedel can come off the bench for Murray Wallace. He'll get a wee run out. Edelman is out for Mitchell. Byram comes in for Alexander Arnold. Tim Gallagher on for Molina. Darren Graham comes in for Chia Cherry. David Fopala, I suppose, can start ahead of Wallace ahead of Morelos. Lewis Davidson on the bench for Chia Cherry. Any youngsters we want to try and have a look at? Peter Fisher. He's a striker, but striker's just far too contested at the moment. It's just a cluttered position. I suppose we could go with young Curtis Francesi. He's already been here for a number of seasons. Brora want him on loan. He's got another year on his deal. Do you know what? Screw it. Let's have a look at him. We can't. He's suspended. How ridiculous! How can he be suspended for a senior game? That's nonsense. Because he's received 6 yellow cards in the development league, he can't play a senior game. That's ridiculous. Stifling a young lad's development there. Who's this boy? Callum Ross. He's decent, but he's 21. Too old. What's this? Most assists, 9 assists and 6 goals for Bednarchuk. He's definitely a decent player for Partick. Good to see him doing well every time we come up against him. I do mention him. I think we done well by him. Hopefully he does well by us here and doesn't put in a performance. To be fair, he's usually quiet when he plays against us. Keown now. Nicked by Mitchell, back to Keown though. Bednarchuk takes him on. Cut back, Ross flicks it, it's a chance, and David Turnbull scores. No liking it. Demand more, we need more, come on. It's alright, only 10 minutes gone, we can still turn this around. Okay, now there's 20 minutes gone, I'm starting to worry a wee bit. Bednarchuk picked up an injury. And with half an hour gone, we're being outshot by a margin of 2-1. They've got 6 shots to our 3, and they've got 2 on to our 1. It looks like we're going to half time. Behind, could it get worse? Turnbull cleared. Celtic have taken lead. Gallagher now, is there a break on? Come on, Gallagher. Out to Byram, needs a good pass. It is a good pass for Jonas, it's a good save. It's a bit of a sitter though for Jonas, it has to be said. I'm after ring the changes at half time. We cannot lose this game. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of the league, but we don't want to get into that game against Monaco off the back of a loss at Firhill against Partick. We'll bring Malta Molina on for Gallagher. We'll bring Mabudi on for Fopala. And we'll take Mitchell off for Edelman because Mitchell has been garbage today. Push forward. Come on now. We need to be winning this. Let's get our arses in gear here. Somebody give us something. Right, here we go. Byram, Graham, at least try, make an effort. Byram cross blocked. Graham cleared by Turnbull. It's alright. Coaster, good pass that is actually to Paez. Molina, Mabudi, lovely flick. It's going to break. Byram, whip. Molina should score. It's a post. Sitter. Okay, it's desperation station. Overload, take more risks, higher tempo, higher line. We need to go for them now. We need to absolutely go for the throat here. We're still 1 down, only 25 minutes to try and snatch something here. Molina puts it in, cleared away easily by Knox. It's a shocking cross. It breaks for Kennedy as well. When stand your ground, son. It's a good ball. Oh, it deflects to Byram though. Lucky there. McCrory now. Lastly. Coaster, come on. Over the top. It's an ambitious one. It's easily away. Paez though. Edelman. Thinks it in. It's a penalty! Oof. Right, here we go. Up steps Christian Perez. Can he score? Yes, he can. One apiece. Keep going, please. We'll strip it back to just attacking, but we definitely want the higher tempo and everything still. It seems like we're accepting a draw by the looks of this. We'll go overload for the last 5 minutes if we still don't have the lead by that point. Yeah, oh, something's going to happen. Niall Keown with the throw. Story. Out wide, cuts it back. Callum Ross. Away by Donald. More up than under. Oh, here we go. Mabudi. It's a bit long, but Graham will rescue it. Come on, move down the line by him. Coaster inside. Donald, can we nick this? Oh, he's giving it away to Kennedy. Fulton, Turnbull, all of a sudden, Partick looking to nick it. Story, it's easy for McCrory. It's a terrible decision by Miles Story to shoot there. The square ball was on for a potential tap-in. Want to push forward here. Last couple of minutes, overload, see if we can't get the 3 points. Donald, Perez, Jonas, easily away by Keown, picked up by Lassley. Great ball actually by the young man. Molina, byline, stands it up. Graham's header, it's a relatively comfortable save by the keeper really. Perez's cut back. Byram. Mabudi. Come on, create one more at least. He's gone all the way back to Coaster there. 4 minutes added time. Comes and goes without event. Ross's free kick. Oof. I was a bit worried there. McCrory, safe hands though. Balls are out and that's probably time. It is indeed time at one apiece. Yep, it is not good enough. The young lads have to put in better performances than that. I think it'd be too harsh to lay all the blame at Fopala's door, but I think that's the last time we give him a wee run out there. I think his time at the club is coming to an end. He'll be leaving us on a free transfer. I think it's time that he just seen out the rest of his days down in the reserve squad. But that's going to be it for this episode. Look, when we play the proper team, we got a 6-0 over Chelsea and a 4-0 over Celtic. 10 goals scored, none conceded in proper big games there. We rotated against Partick and unfortunately the young lads didn't come up with the goods. It was a cracker of a goal that got Partick up and running. And unfortunately we couldn't come back into it. Only managing the one goal and then even then only managing from the spot. 12 points left to play for. We have a 10-point lead. There's absolutely no danger in terms of losing the title. We will be champions. It's just a matter of waiting a little bit longer now. I believe one more win actually will do the job. So next episode we're going to be playing Monaco. Hopefully getting a good result to set us up for our away trip to France. And then we'll be hopefully winning the title at Easter Road. I think we will play the full team in both games. Play the full team at the Easter Road game just to keep the momentum going between the two Monaco ties. And yeah, hopefully exciting couple of weeks ahead here. Winning the title, winning the cup, maybe a Champions League final. Depends how it goes against Monaco, but you know, Monaco doing pretty well. Let's look at their, yeah, they haven't been beat for a while. They lost to Lorient in the Coupe de la Ligue final, but really in a serious game they haven't lost for about a month now. They beat Bayern Munich in the last round. They beat them home and away actually. In that knockout round. In fact, it was Liverpool they beat in the last round 4-0 and then 0-0 when they were at Anfield. They beat Bayern before that, so absolutely no joke. They beat PSG there in the Coupe de la Ligue semi, so they're definitely a good team. Monaco drew away in Paris as well. Big results for them. They're a good side and it will be a tough test. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, even given that disappointing result there at Firhill. If you have done, please drop down below and do leave a like on the video, which I'll greatly appreciate. And of course you can subscribe to the channel to follow us as we go through this little end of season run in here with all the exciting turns that will bring. But mostly just thank you guys for watching and I'll see you next time when we take on Monaco and Hibs.